people. So let's talk about this stuff. Lady Gaga, guys. Oh, I love that song. She's so inspirational. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not been here, what's up? What's new? How you doing? Subscribe, like it, love it, want some more of it. Oh my gosh.
This video today is going to be a little bit about, the after effects of having a beautiful baby.
The deets, the dirt, the dish, the tea, the everything you want to call it, this is going to be a video about it.
This video is going to be kind of explaining, how my body's changed, how I've mentally changed, how a lot of things have changed for me.
If you want to watch that kind of a video, stay on here. If you don't, I'm sorry. You're going to have to watch me anyway, unless you click off, which I hope you don't. And let's get started.
We're going to start with the emotional, mental side, and then we're going to go to the physical because I know y'all are wondering, what about, But let's start with the emotional side first. If you never had a kid and you're doing it for the first time, it is a very scary feeling because it's so new. You're transitioning into this space. It's like bringing home a new puppy. You don't know what to expect out of that. So once she was born and we were in the hospital, we were there for 2 days after she was born. When it came time to leave, I was almost hesitant to go home. I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, okay, I've never done this before. It's a very scary feeling because this is your first time driving the car with your baby. This is the first time, getting her into the car seat. You've never had to do that before. So when it came time to leave, we got discharged and we bring her outside. I have her covered up in her car seat. She's making no noise, but I had to sit in the back with her. I could not sit in the front. I needed my eyes on her, and I could not leave her. Like I said to my boyfriend,
you can drive home. I'm going to sit in the back with her and watch her because there was no way I was going to be able to sit in the front and not watch what was going on with her.
The ride home was very nerve-wracking. I'm looking out the window, I'm looking at her, I'm trying to make sure, everything's okay, no one's gonna get into an accident, whatever. I was so nervous. We finally got home. It's like a new beginning. It's very, this is it, we're here.
It almost felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I didn't really know, are we really here, are we really doing this?
And it's like turning the page to a new chapter in life once you walk through that door with your baby. You've waited 9 months and now all of a sudden she's here. You're doing this. It's real. What do you do next? You go through these tough decisions of what's okay as a parent, what's not okay as a parent. When we got home, could we leave her in her car seat? Could we put her in her bouncer quick and, run into the other room? Did one of us have to be with her the whole time? How do we work her into our schedule? Because it all changes, because now everything's about her or him. There's no handbook to tell you what to do, you just do what feels right. I don't suggest, leaving the baby and going somewhere, but you almost want to prove to others that you can do this by yourself, but don't feel scared to ask someone. There's Facebook chats, there's an app called What to Expect When Expecting, there's a bunch of hotlines you can call. There's no reason to be afraid of asking a question, especially when it comes to your baby, because you can only learn. And if you're doing this for the first time, you're not going to be perfect. As you start getting a schedule, as you start getting, yourself working into everyday life with her or him now in it every day, it becomes a lot easier. And at first it seems like you're going crazy and you can't figure it out and she's crying, you don't know why she's crying, you've done everything you could. It's all normal. It is all normal and it is okay. And
cry if you need to, cry if you want to, sing, laugh, scream, listen to music, meditate. Whatever you need to do in order to put yourself at ease is only going to help you and it's only going to help the baby.
I don't care who tells you you're being, selfish, silly, whatever. There's no reason to cry. You don't need a reason to cry. There would be times I'd be crying tears of joy just randomly. I'd be holding her and I'd just start bawling. Or, I'd drop a pan on the floor after just cleaning it and it was the end of the world.
I can't believe I just dropped a cleaning pan and I gotta wash it again.
It's okay to cry. I cried a lot. I wasn't ashamed of crying. I'd just let them roll, and I would just continue doing what I was doing and just be crying.
I'd be folding laundry and just crying, yeah. And
It's okay. It's really okay to cry, and that was the best advice I think I've ever gotten from anybody. So there's things you become more comfortable with as a parent, what's okay, what's not okay, you know, how you feel comfortable. So that's how I changed emotionally, you know, like you grow into this caretaker and you grow into somebody who prioritizes, you get a schedule, and you start to understand what you're supposed to be doing and when you're supposed to be doing it, and it gives you a lot of sense of security because you're doing things in life and you're getting stuff accomplished. It's like writing stuff down on a list and checking it off. I was so nervous for how I would feel when she was born that like it overtook my emotions while I was pregnant. After she was born, you know, it was incredible. I had this immense love for her. Mentally and emotionally, you know, things were just changing all around me. And I did suffer with a little bit of postpartum depression. It was very much when my boyfriend went back to work. I was very nervous to be stuck with her all day alone. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it. I was very anxious for what a full day would be like. The depression came as sort of like I feel very alone and I'm doing this all by myself sort of thing. I had a teacher at my college tell me that she went through this as well. You know, her husband went back to work and she was home with her daughter all day, and she would literally, at the end of the day, he'd come home, she'd hand the baby to him, walk across the street, stare at her house, and just cry. There were so many times where I just look at my boyfriend and be like, I just need comfort right now. Like, I need you to solely focus on me. I need you to tell me it's okay. I need you to tell me I'm doing okay.
So now into the fun stuff. So, physical changes.
If you are a woman and you have a baby, I can't speak on behalf of every woman, but your body just changes in some way. It's not going to be exactly. That's like if going through a surgery, whatever you had surgery on is not going to be exactly the same as it was. You know, if you break a mirror and put the pieces back together, yes, it's back together, but doesn't mean it's the same as it used to be. So, as far as physical changes go for me, I've read crazy things on the internet. You know, people's feet have grown like in length. You know, noses have gotten bigger, ears, teeth have shifted. The whole hair thing, that's a very big thing in pregnancy, and like what happens after it falls out, you know, you bald. And I know you're all thinking of the one thing, the downstairs, you're thinking of the boobs, what happened there, you know, I got it all, man.
Playing with my makeup down here, stop. Okay.
So let's start with the pregnancy. While I was pregnant, what had changed?
My legs got bigger, my belly got bigger, my boobs got bigger, my face got bigger, my arms got bigger. Everything grew.
At a good pace. Like, everything grew the way it should have grown. Like, you gain weight, it's gonna happen. It's just what happens. I mean, some really fit people, it looks like they don't gain any weight, but I'm sure they do. I got stretch marks on the insides of my legs, which are, like, barely noticeable, but as a person in my own body, I notice them. Something that changed drastically were the ladies. The ladies changed drastically as far as, you know, sensation goes and as far as looks go. They definitely morphed into something different. But it was all for a good cause because, you know, it fed my baby for a while. So while I was pregnant, my girls grew quite a bit, like
big.
They were bigger than my daughter's head when she was born. They were like, I had to hold my arms out to the sides. My boobs grew. I was normally a size B, C, and I got up to a double D. So women out there, you know that that's quite a big difference.
My nipples, guys, gotta talk about it, physical change.
The color of my nipples changed. They did get a lot darker than what they used to be. So, and that stayed the same after I had her as well. They were very sensitive while I was pregnant, my nipples, but after I had my daughter, She had to get her nutrients from them. You know, I told you in my last video, it was very, 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 very painful with her latching. You know, she'd suck so hard that they would bleed. So I think they got so, let's say, tugged on so viciously that I lost sensation. I lost sensation in my nipples from her breastfeeding. Which isn't terrible. Like, it doesn't hurt now to the touch. It's like, I don't really get much of a sensation off of them. As far as, you know, my boobs now, they clearly shrunk in size. They're not very large at all. I think I'm like a B, maybe. They sit lower, definitely. They're not as perky as they used to be. They have stretch marks on them, and, you know, it is what it is. That's what happens. And they're not ugly. I don't think they're ugly. I just think they've changed, and all for a good reason. So, the boobs are different? Definitely.
Of course, I look at it and I'm like, I wish they looked like that, but it's more like that. So we won't talk about it. Okay. Very sensitive topic. No, I'm joking. It's okay.
And another thing I definitely noticed moving farther south is that my hips don't lie, girl. They got wider than wide. A lot of my jeans that I had from before my pregnancy just don't fit in that part. Like right up top where the jeans end, where you pull them up, I just went to button them and they didn't fit. And then, you know, I just, like a triangle now. It's really not that bad. I'm over-exaggerating completely, but I just, you know, I gained more weight in my hips, and they widened. A baby had to come through there somehow, so, you know, human anatomy, it just kind of happens. That's what happens.
I'm just shaking my hips and everything else is moving right now.
Other than that, you know, like, yes, I do have a little bit of a pouch in my tummy from having her, but if you work out or, you know, if you do cardio, keep yourself moving, breastfeed for as long as you can. If you don't want to breastfeed, that's fine, but they say that breastfeeding also helps with losing a lot of that baby weight. You know, these things are so simple to be changed. It's easy, and you just have to put the time into it to want to do it.
I do also notice, okay, so, see that? And I know it looks like I'm over-exaggerating, but I'm really not, like, a little bit. There we go. This little double chin was not there before my pregnancy. And it's like, I'll be looking down, see? See it? See it? See it? There it is. I'll just be looking down. That was not there before my pregnancy.
So, I got double chin. I'm proud of it.
I know you're all wondering that one thing. I can see it. I can see it in your faces. You're thinking about the downstairs.
Well, anatomy and physiology states that it's supposed to bounce back to what it was before. As far as feeling down there, sexually, everything's fine. I don't feel any different. I'm fine with how it is. It definitely did bounce back. And if you were to ask my boyfriend, he'd say he'd notice no difference because I've asked him. I've been like,
is it like okay? I don't know.
But he's just as fine with it. And I'm not ashamed to talk about this because I'm talking about how a baby was born and what happened to my body, so you guys know how it happens. I changed a lot through this experience as far as physical, mental, and emotional changes go. My outlook on things are totally different. You know, how I handle things are totally different. How my body handles things are totally different. It's very different, and it's a good kind of different. And anybody who's about to have a baby, congratulations. It is amazing. Just remember, it is okay to cry. It is okay to feel certain ways that you've never felt before. You know, it's all new experiences, and the only way you're going to experience it is if it happens. So just enjoy every second of it. That's all. That's my only advice I can give. Enjoy every single second because it goes by so fast. It seems like just yesterday I was bringing her home and walking her through that door. But all in all, guys, just remember, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and love yourself. Don't ever feel like you're, doing something wrong, that you're not accomplishing something, because each day, you're accomplishing something new. I watched a video the other day that said, make your bed in the morning, because when you come home at night and you go to get in that bed, you've made that bed. You create your own happiness. You create your own satisfaction. Always smile. That's like what I always say. Always smile. Just smile. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new again, please share, maybe subscribe, like it, send it to your friends, and I will be back with some more stuff for you.
Guys, it is like almost 12 at night, and I'm doing this because I was out all day and at home, and I got the cutest stuff. We just learned that we're going to have a room that's going to be freed up in our upstairs, so I'm going to try to make that my filming room instead of doing it on my kitchen table every night. And I got some cute little like things from at home to put on the wall for like behind me. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Look. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. It's like a little deer with flowers on her head. Well, it is a him because he has antlers. Well, he can look pretty too. So, yeah, this is a little deer, and I love it. I love this. And then look at this, what's up? This speaks me to the 10th degree. I can and I will. And that, to me, I would just love to be able to look at this while I'm doing my videos, because I've recently felt a lot of people, you know, not that they're not supporting me through this journey, but they're definitely not, it's not that they're not supportive, they're just not very excited for me, and this is something I've been so excited to start doing, so it's been. So we're trying here. And then I got like a little mirror, and it says, "Hello, gorgeous" on it. Hello, gorgeous. I love that. I love it. I think, look at how big my nose looks. So, I love this little mirror. It's so darn cute. And I'm going to put that on my wall as well because, girl, why not?